So this is my assignment one. Hi, my name is Nebula Kamrul, and I'm a first year computer science student. My goals for this course include obtaining an A plus and to learn more about the management aspect of business. After my program, I hope to get into either software development, game development, or artificial intelligence. I'm not really sure right now, but that's okay. I have 5 years to figure it out. A few of my passions include photography, reading, as well as computer games. Privacy, to me, means the state of being free from public scrutiny or unauthorized access to one's personal information or behavior. Privacy helps protect individuals' autonomy and dignity and allows them to maintain control over their personal information and how it is used. To preserve privacy, I like to keep my passwords above 10 characters and write them all in a hidden notebook. I also enable two-factor authentication for all online accounts, such as social media and bank accounts. One of my most challenging threats to our privacy include social media platforms as they collect vast amounts of personal information from users, which can be shared with advertisers and other third parties. This can result in a loss of privacy and increased risk of identity theft. There are various pieces of legislation in Canada, either at the federal or provincial level, that aim to protect or address privacy. One piece of legislation that addresses privacy at the federal level is the Personal Information Protection and Electronics Document Act, or PIPEDA for short. The PIPEDA is a federal law that sets the standards for how organizations must collect, use, and disclose personal information. It applies to all private sector organizations engaged in commercial activities. Under the PIPEDA, organizations must obtain consent from individuals before collecting, using, or disclosing their personal information. It also provides individuals with a right to file a complaint with the Office of Privacy Commissioner of Canada if they believe their privacy rights have been violated. Now, in my opinion, I believe that PIPEDA is a much required legislation, especially in an age where technology and media is constantly evolving. More protection against privacy is really much needed. Some drawbacks include how PIPEDA only applies to private sector organizations operating in Canada and does not apply to government organizations. This means that privacy rights are not consistently protected across all sectors. Overall, PIPEDA is an important piece of legislation that provides a framework for protecting privacy rights in the digital age. However, there are limitations to its scope and enforcement that needs to be addressed to ensure consistent protection of privacy rights across all sectors. To flip the script, one of the world's most used social media platforms, TikTok, has performed a plethora of privacy breaches. For instance, in 2020, the company was fined $5.7 million by the Federal Trade Commission in the United States for violating children's privacy rights by collecting personal information from children under the age of 13 without obtaining their parents' consent. It is very important to note that TikTok has updated its privacy policy and terms of service in response to these concerns and has implemented a new privacy and data protection measures. However, the, the company's privacy practices continue to be a subject of scrutiny and controversy, and there is always ongoing concern about the potential privacy violations. For my take, TikTok does not live up to my privacy expectations. People should be allowed to use this app without the fear of having their information leaked. TikTok should not leak this kind of information. Or if they do, they shouldn't have put policies in regards to data collection and usage practices in which they can break. If I were to give TikTok a letter grade, I would give them a D. They've always had bad reputation based on security concerns, but they have changed their policies based on these concerns. Also, but also they have always seemed to find a way to go against their policy, even to this day. Like things I have not mentioned, from invasive data harvesting to phishing scams, and much more. These are my references, and that is all. Thank you for listening.